Hey guys, so I put out a video a couple days ago on Melee Hunter, specifically, Survival Melee Hunter for Classic Season of Discovery, and a few of you wanted some more information and discussions on, Prebis gear and stuff like that, as well as just a little bit more clarity on how certain things work. Also, Blizzard has made like a dozen changes across Hunter pets and some of the abilities that Survival Hunter is predominantly using. So I wanted to make a quick video just discussing a few more things in more detail. So, first things first, Blizzard has made a bunch of changes to, well, they've done some class tuning, and it looks like they're going to be doing class tuning more regularly. It looks like they've said about once a week for probably any outliers. Shadow Priest getting buffed and stuff, like that's all cool and cute, and I like that. That's all good stuff. Balance Druid getting buffed, awesome. For Hunter specifically, Flanking Strike is being adjusted. I had my I had thoughts of Flanking Strike not working correctly because the damage of it was considerably low based on how it was working, where it does 100% melee damage with you and your pet. Now 50%, as far as I'm aware, 50% of that damage is your pets, 50% of it is you. So which pet you choose could be based on, say, for example, a bear hits quite heavy, hits quite slow. So a bear could be a good option. However, I'll get into reasons in a moment as to why that might not necessarily be the case for you. But also, 50% of it is your own damage. But it was hitting, like, mega low. Like, sometimes Flanking Strike was just, I don't know. It was doing, like, nothing. And so they've made some updates there with that. So Flanking Strike now gains the benefit of weapon enhancements like Sharpening Stones and is now on global cooldown. So before it wasn't. But is now properly treated as a melee attack, letting it benefit from attack power and combat modifiers to dodge, parry, block, crit, and hit. So that's actually fantastic. It's now actually going to scale with attack power, so it's going to get damage modifiers attached to it, which is great. And hopefully should be like being dodged less, parried less, all that kind of stuff as you get more hit chance and all that sort of stuff. It's prevented by Pacify. I'll be honest, I don't really know what that's all about. And then, it requires a weapon, whatever. But then the pet damage of it is now properly treated as a melee attack with the same benefits as listed above for the hunter's damage. So that's quite cool. Now, on top of that, there have been a bunch of changes to hunter pets in general. Scorpion Sting is now, I guess, being like normalized or distributed, where instead of it doing a front-loaded damage, it's now actually going to be spread out across multiple stacks rather than it doing the bulk of its damage in one stack. They're also making some changes to Lightning Breath as well. It was scaling too well from stats. So there have been some adjustments. They've also removed Aspect of the Lion as being an aspect. So you can currently now run Heart of the Lion and say Aspect of the Cheetah. So now I can move fast and hit hard. Or you could have your Aspect of the Monkey. If you're a ranged hunter, it's going to be really good because you're going to have Aspect of the Hawk and Heart of the Lion. So you're going to get even more benefit from Aspect of the Hawk on top of that. Fantastic. So that's really good for them. For us melee, we're probably just going to want like Monkey for extra dodge, which is cool. Not that you're really going to get hit too much. So they've done some changes there. And then also, I have like a Hunter pet tier list, which has been updated as well for the most recent changes as well of Hunter. So if you're really that bothered about which pet to use, by all means, take an S tier 1, Wind Serpent. If you're not sure how to get the Wind Serpent, actually comment down below, and I will make a guide for you if enough people are unsure how to do it. By all means, I'll do that. Also, Raptors are good, Cats are good, Scorpions will still be good, and there's you can break this all down. For me, I'm currently still using a bear. Because, bro, how can you just say... You think I'm just gonna abandon this guy? There's no way. I can't. I couldn't. I wouldn't. Gobby Flux is here to stay. There have also been some tweets from Josh Green, one of the lead devs. Fantastic. So, there's like a whole host of Hunter changes. I'll link all of these in the description if you're wanting to read through them if you haven't seen them. But, quite interesting with Hunter now, because, you know, if I go into combat here, quite cool. So Flanking Strike is going to be on the GCD, but we can still do very similar things. And then I'm still using Carve at the moment. Normally I would be using Beast Mastery and like solo content, but because this is what I was using in the previous video made, I wanted to keep it consistent for you. yeah, Flanking Strike is now hitting quite a bit harder. Probably double, triple the damage that it was last week, which is fantastic. So I have some details logs from, like, before the change, and Flanking Strike was hitting, like, okay, I mean, it's hitting for, like, 63 there. That's just, like, a random log. Sometimes it was hitting as low as, like, 50, 60. Now I can look at a current log, and it's hitting for, like, 100 plus. So it's doing, like, at least, like, 1.5 to 2 times the damage. Depends on combat modifiers that you have at the time. So that's good. So it's actually going to be scaling with attack power and stuff like that. But it is going to be on the GCD. I don't think that being on the GCD is that big a deal. So that's kind of some of the changes there. But mechanically, it's not really going to change too much about how we play. Another thing I wanted to comment on is, so I may have gone something wrong when it comes to the attack power scaling. So I mentioned that agility is worth 2 attack power per point of agility. Plus the... oh, feels good. Plus the 0.05% crit chance, which I think should be the case with agility. And I thought that it was 1 agility would equate to 2 melee attack power. But people in the YouTube comment section corrected me, and 1 agility is actually just 1 melee attack power. And 1 strength is 1 melee attack power. So in theory, strength and agility are actually quite close in terms of potency. So getting something like Silverlane's Family Seal, for example, early on, pre-braid, is very good because it's close to the equivalent of, like, 7 agility. It probably mathematically works out to, like, I don't know really how you compare crit to attack power at this level per point of agility to strength per se, but 7 strength might be equivalent to, like, say 5 or 6 agility, somewhere in that region. So that's quite good, but that's something that I just wanted to comment on. In terms of, like, Prebis and things that we really want to get from the raid, so obviously if you can get, like, 8 agility shoulders, awesome. You can buy those on the auction house. You can also get 7 agility shoulders from the auction house. Cool. They're quite cheap. 1 or 2 gold. You can get Cape of the Brotherhood from Deadmines. 6 agility, 3 stamp. Very good. You can also get a 6 agility cloak from Wailing Caverns. Tunic of Westfall from the quest if you're on Alliance. If you're on Horde, actually a good question. You probably still just go to Deadmines and get Black Defias, maybe. That's actually something I should look into. I'm not actually sure of the best Horde equivalent. Braces, braces, glove. Okay, so braces is just going to be a good green drop. Something of the Tiger, because it'll be... of the Tiger will be agility and strength. So anything on the auction house of the Tiger will be really good for you, but it's going to be very expensive. So if you have gold, great. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble. I'm still lacking a little bit in terms of, like, those kinds of pieces. You can get crafted gloves, obviously, toughened leather gloves, I believe they are. You can get those, and if you're a leather worker yourself, you can upgrade those to the epic quality when you're done with a raid, which is fantastic, gives you a hit chance. Belt, you can get the Deviate belt from Wailing Caverns from the crafted pattern. So you can get that. Probably going to be decently expensive, maybe, I don't know, probably like 5 or so gold. Not too expensive, especially if it's your ult or something. Or you've been farming. It's like 5-ish gold, something like that. Leggings of the Fang, fantastic still. 9 agility, 5 strength. Obviously get those from Wailing Caverns. Boots, I'm actually not 100% sure. Again, like boots, gloves, belt, and braces are sort of like what can you grab from crafting or from just like of the Tiger pieces. And then when it comes to rings, I think Silverlane's Family Seal is very good. 7 strength, which you get from Shadowfang Keep. And then Seal of Rin is very good if you're on Alliance. If you're on Horde, it would probably be something like Defias Ring or something like that if you can get it. Or an equivalent, which is just 3 agility, 3 stam. Again, on the auction house. And then Coral Reef Axe is from... so that's actually from the raid. So this replaced the previous axe I was using, which I spoke in the previous video, which was from Shadowfang Keep, which you get from Trash. Night Reaver. Very, very good, high damage, slow weapon. That's very good, I think. Also, there was a weapon that I mentioned in the previous video, like Battle War Axe of the Tiger, something like that. Again, 7 agility, 7 strength on the auction house. This is good. And then bow, you can just get any stat bow. I think you can buy one again, like a 1 agility bow, but it's probably not worth the gold, I'll be honest. I just got the one from Wailing Caverns. The one from Wailing Caverns was pretty good. In case you do ever do any sort of like Serpent Sting starting combat, that kind of thing. If you want to optimize, you would melee combat, and then you would range weave because of the slow weapon speed. But that is what it is. In terms of then raid gear, the key things that you want to look out for is on first boss, if you can get Fathom Blade, fantastic weapon early on and probably decently high drop chance. It gives you a whole hit, which at this level, hit is more important than anything else. The equivalent agility that you would need to account for one hit, I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it would be quite high because hit is very good. Missing, dodging, like parrying, like all that kind of shit is just massive damage loss, more than anything else. So, yeah, that's a very good weapon. It's also high damage, slow speed. You eventually can get the epic weapon. Good luck convincing Rep Paladins to let you have it. But this is really good, monstrously good. Look at the damage on that. Look at the damage per second, speed. Obviously, also you get the additional effect from it, armor reduction. Like that's sick. Armor reduction is really good as well. So those are key like weapons. You also then want the bow, which drops off the last boss, I believe, as well. I thought it was off the last boss. The gun. Sorry, the gun. 6 agility gun. Drops off last boss. That's really good. If you can't get that, you can also get the bow, 5 strength off Lady Cerevis. That's really good. And then apart from that, get your 3 set. So get your 3 set here. Twilight Slayer's tunic, the cowl, and the foot pads. Those are your 3 bits there. And then anything that just makes sense. I obviously also got the Coral Reef Axe, so I haven't been able to get either swords yet, but I've got the axe, which was an upgrade, in my opinion, to the previous axe I was using because of the damage on it being better. But that is everything. Just wanted to sort of give you a little bit of a discussion on some of the Prebis and some of the raid gear. Now, I've got to shoot off, because I got to go jump into my raid, BFD. But yes, something that I probably should have mentioned as well in the previous video, Wind Fury is incredibly important for the build. For it to work, to really be effective, is Wind Fury is exceptional when you're using a slow, two-handed, heavy-hitting weapon. So definitely check out that. And then, yeah, try and use an optimal pet and Wind Fury if you really want to get good numbers and you care about logging and all that kind of stuff. But apart from that, just have fun with it. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks. Take care.